Welcome, friends. We're still in Rio. We are not in our rented Cessna anymore. It's time to leave beautiful Rio de Janeiro. And we are headed to, as promised, to Bogota. Long flight. 2,520 nautical miles, expecting about 5.5 hours in the air. You'll notice we're started up already. I already handled all the startup procedures and everything. So, again, just because this is a handcrafted airport, I figured we'd showcase a little bit in this part 1, part 2 video. Kind of showery, get some scattered thunderstorms here in Rio. Warm, beautiful warm summer day down here. 29 degrees Celsius outside. So, we've been cleared to taxi. We've got our IFR flight plan filed. So let's go. Head to Bogota. Local time here in Rio is, let's see, it's 11:34 here in LA. So 4:30, look at that, TJD Maintenance Engineering. That's cool. It's kind of fun seeing the details. Anyway, about 4:30 in the afternoon, 4:34. They're 5 hours ahead of us down here in Rio. So, I don't know what the local time is in Bogota. Anybody know how far ahead Bogota is from us? From Pacific Standard? Bogota, Colombia. Current time in Bogota is 2:34, so they're 3 hours ahead of us. So, do some quick math. Assume, I don't know, 6 hours from now, right? 6 hours from now would put us at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, and therefore 7:30 in Colombia. So I'll be biting my nails a little bit. Pretty complicated. It took me probably 20 minutes, half an hour, just to research the star for the expected runway that we're going to be landing at. Runway ILS runway 13 left, Zulu. And it's a, God, I had no idea. Bogota's airport elevation is 8,354 feet. I mean, that is a mountainous, it is a city high up in the mountains. Who knew? I didn't. Oh, there goes the plane, having a rough takeoff. This is interesting because he's taking off. He just took off from the runway we're taking off on, although he took off in the opposite direction. Go figure. I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is that the weather, oh boy, I just noticed this now. We got a 23 knot tailwind we're going to be taking off. Oh, this drives me crazy how the sim does this. On the setup page, the winds were from the west. Now they're 20 knots from the east, southeast. Well, screw it. Take off with that tailwind. A hell of a tailwind at that. This could be ugly. It's really an ongoing problem of inconsistency between the weather on the setup page and the weather once you get in sim. I mean, how do you have winds out of the west on the setup page, thereby prompting me to select runway 28 for takeoff, and then you get in sim and I forgot to turn on our taxi light, and then you get in sim and it's 20 knots from the opposite direction. That's more than a little irritating. Well, this will be fun. We got a long runway, however, so we're going to need more runway to get to our rotate speed, our V1, because we're not going to have as much wind passing over the wings. Okay. Let's see, am I going to get Where should I? Where
Enter runway 28, 13,000 feet remaining.
Where do you guys want me to stop before I can get my clearance? Okay. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, good.
Rio Tower, Cessna, November 34 Bravo, Whiskey, ready to go runway 28 IFR to El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Cessna, November 34 Bravo, Whiskey, cleared for takeoff runway 28.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be saying, "Are you?
For takeoff runway
Don't want to take off runway 28."
Bravo, Whiskey.
No. Fingers crossed, right? This is going to be an interesting takeoff. I generally would not want to take off with a 20-knot tailwind. And I don't today, actually, as it happens. But you get to see this stuff as it happens. All right. Start our timer. Long flight across the Amazon. Let's go. Zoom out on this real quick. All right, here we go. 21 knot left quartering tailwind. Yikes. Already feeling it. I gotta start using rudder trim. I swear to God. I don't know why I don't. $80 knots. Shit. Rotate. That was ugly. Positive rate, gear up. Oh my God, I can feel the wind. You see this? Getting blown all around. It's funny, the winds aloft are less than they were on the ground. It's diminishing. 7, 6. That's crazy. Beautiful airport, though.
Brasilia Center, Cessna, November 34 Bravo, Whiskey is at 1,600 feet, climbing 8,000 feet. Cessna, November 34 Bravo, Whiskey, Brasilia Center, continue to Almas as planned. Altimeter 29.88.
Beautiful. Flaps.
Bravo, Whiskey, climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Interesting to get the climb clearance so early.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet, Cessna.
FLC's engaged. .240. Landing lights off. Look outside. Say goodbye to Rio. Oh, rainbow. That's not going to come in on the video, I imagine, but that's cool. There's a rainbow right there. Goodbye, Rio. There's downtown Rio right there. All right, nice stable climb out. Oh boy, camera's still screwed up. Oh boy. Reset. Jesus. There you go. All right. Okay, well, listen. Transition altitude down here in Brazil, 7,000 feet. Wow. All right. Go set standard altimeter, 29er. How interesting. Standard altimeter down here is 2988. Who knew? I thought it was a 2992 up here in the States. Anyway, whatever you guys want, I'll do. Okay, so just one farewell to beautiful Brazil, beautiful Rio de Janeiro. Gorgeous clouds, looking good. That's one nice thing about the latest patch is they've been working on clouds. There's been a lot of issues with the clouds looking, in the opinion of some anyway, too grainy. So those are,
Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey climb and maintain flight level 220.
they appear a lot better if you ask me. Up to 220, Cessna 3 Royal Whiskey.
Maintain flight level 220, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey.
All right. Well, it's going to be a long flight, 5.5 hours. So that's the end of part 1. Gorgeous climb out here. Beautiful clouds over Brazil on this late summer afternoon. We're going to be chasing that sunset all the way across the Amazon rainforest. Pretty cool. Looks just gorgeous. Really looks good. Wow. Clouds look really good. Alright, enough of this. End of part 1. We'll check in as we begin what promises to be a potentially very technical and stressful approach into Bogota. Mountainous, high altitude. We'll see what happens, but fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Have a good one.